Yeah, well, I started the week in Lancashire, in Preston, looking around, meeting apprentices at BAE and looking at the factory that makes the Eurofighter Typhoon. And then here I am here at this fantastic digital company, and then this afternoon I'm going off with Pimlico Plumbers and then to Derby. So I'm seeing the full range, but what that shows you is the range of different industries and of different businesses, large and small, that are actually investing in apprenticeships and giving great opportunities to young people through them. So you sort of need to see the variety to really see how big this program is. Absolutely. I mean, obviously there are some great big companies like BAE have a fantastic record on apprenticeships. But what we're finding is that you get lots of small and medium-sized businesses, even sole traders, who will take on an apprentice who will help them grow their business. It's sometimes more challenging for them, and so one of the things that we try and do in government is to make it easier for small companies. We pay them a special grant for their first 5 apprentices if they have fewer than 50 employees. And there are different models around apprenticeship training agencies that sometimes can take some of the sort of administrative burden off their hands. But we do desperately need to get more small companies creating apprenticeships if we're going to grow the number. Oh, there definitely is. I have an apprentice. My apprentice is rather famous, having caused the Westminster's biggest security alert for several years because his iPad got caught in the security system. But no, I have a great young lad who's in my office and who's doing a lot of my sort of more straightforward policy letters. You get lots of letters from people asking you what's your view on this and on that, and he handles that, and then he also handles some of the preparations for the various visits I make. And I think that there are some 20 or 30 odd apprentices working for MPs. Then there are apprentices working in all of the different government departments. Some departments are doing more than others. And in local government too. I think there's more that people can do at all these levels, and I'd certainly like to, I'd like to think that more MPs will be employing apprentices in the future. I think it's certainly helping that, and I think it's a great program. It's the basic idea behind a traineeship is that there are some young people who have potential but aren't yet ready to take a job or even to take an apprenticeship at a sort of entry level. But they could get there, and what they need is their English and maths to be brushed up a bit, and they need to sort of acquire some of what the jargon is, these employability skills. And the traineeship is a program that can last up to 6 months or so, and it's pretty flexible. Different training providers can do it in different ways, but it's got to involve English and maths, and it's got to involve some work experience at the end. And as a sort of stepping stone into an apprenticeship, I think it's proving very successful, and we're going to expand it quite a lot. Well, there's a fantastic website which will help them called Apprentice Maker, which actually has been launched by Jason Holt from Helition and the other businesses that he's involved with. And it does sort of take you on a step-by-step guide, but also puts you in touch with somebody else from a similar industry who can help you understand it. Alternatively, you just go straight to the National Apprenticeship Service website, and they will get in touch and explain to you how it works. And the other thing that you can do is that you can talk to your local college or a local training provider. Many of them will have a good way through. So there are lots of routes in. But the thing that I find striking is that I never meet a business that started doing apprenticeships and then stopped. So once you've got over the hurdle, and it is, I understand it's a bit of a hurdle for a small business, you're busy, you're worried that it's going to take up too much of your time. But once people get over the hurdle, they never look back, and they find it becomes an absolute crucial way in which they're running their business.
Great stuff.
Okay.
Nick, thanks for your time.
Not at all. Good stuff.